Well, ladies and gents, we're in New Jersey. We have another snowstorm. It's happening today. We're gonna get maybe 3 to 5 or 6 to 10 inches. I don't think they really know fully yet. Kind of depends on where you are. We got the Bolt EV here today. We're on the DC fast charger. So we're gonna top this off here, have a nice full charge for the way home and for probably like the rest of the week. Right now, we're gonna move some cars around just to kind of free some things up to make it easier to plow. So like for instance, over here, let me just walk over real quick without falling on the ice that's under the snow. It's not too bad. Whoa, yes it is. We're probably gonna take a bunch of cars from here, bring them down to our lower parking lot so they're out of the way. We have some sold cars behind the store that we're gonna bring up. This way we clear out the back, make that easier to plow. And what I'm thinking is, since we have a nice little layer of maybe about an inch and a half of snow, it'll make for a good video to kind of drive these vehicles in the snow and show you how they handle. You know, we're only going around the block to another parking lot, so it's pretty quick, but we'll see how some of these things handle, whether they're front wheel drive or all wheel drive or what have you. We'll probably activate the StabiliTrak a little bit. We'll get a little aggressive with how we turn and just show how they handle these sort of situations. All right, my first vehicle we're moving is a front wheel drive 2021 Equinox. Let's open this super slow so not to get snow in it. Kick off the feet. Start her up. Wipers. Have you ever played this game where like you keep lowering the window but you don't want to get the snow in, so you have to do it in like little stages? Whoop. There we go. I'm only going around the block, but we're gonna buckle up because we got snow all over the road and we should buckle up. All Chevrolet vehicles have what's called StabiliTrak, right? So it's a computerized system, and now this is pretty much in every car. I think in 2015 it was federally mandated that you had to have some sort of stability management system in a vehicle. I think it was 2015. So, you know, basically cars today have computer systems in them where as you drive, it can apply brake pressure using the ABS sensors to certain wheels at certain times to help change the direction of the vehicle. So if you start skidding to the right or to the left, it can brake either like the right, left wheel, the front to back, whatever it may be. This way it can help straighten you back out. It's a good system. It works real well. You'll also notice if I accelerate a little quickly here, oh, it didn't do it. I thought the little StabiliTrak light would light up. There's a little symbol for it, and when StabiliTrak is actively doing something, it flashes the light, you know, to kind of let you know. I just did a little acceleration there, and it didn't do it. I thought it would have. When you're in the snow, you should always do like a brake test, right? So right now, if you hear that, that's the ABS working. So as I was sliding a little bit and I hit the brakes too hard, rather than me sliding and skidding, it's pulsing those brakes as fast as it can to help give you the ability to still steer while you're trying to stop, you know, in the shortest amount of distance. Their little catchphrase was stop, stay, steer. So basically when you had to stop in an emergency, you stomp the pedal, you stay on the pedal, you don't release it. You don't pump the brake like older cars. You basically stomp on it, you stay on it, and it still gave you the ability to steer around whatever obstacle, you know, you were trying to steer around. I think it's important when you drive a car, everybody should do this. And I did this when I first started driving, and pretty much every car I've ever owned, I've done this. You know, when you have inclement weather, go out to like an empty parking lot, go out to an area where, you know, it's relatively safe and the risk is very low, and, you know, drive the vehicle in sort of an aggressive manner to see exactly how the vehicle handles. So what I mean by that is, you know, hit the gas hard, get those wheels to spin. You know, when the wheels are spinning, turn the wheel back and forth, see how the car responds. You know, hit the brakes hard, see how the car responds. You know, do all those things. This way, if you're ever in a situation where you're on the highway and you have a lot less room to move, like in an empty parking lot, you'll know exactly how the vehicle is going to handle certain situations. It's helped me out a ton. You know, it's a lot of fun to do as well. And it really teaches you how a car is going to handle in slippery, snowy situations like we're currently in right now. Next vehicle, the Blazer RS. How cool is it that the in the Blazer RS and like in the Camaros, the climate control knobs for hot and cold are actually the vent bezels themselves. That's such a cool idea. We're in two-wheel drive, so we're just gonna turn that knob, quarter turn or so. We're gonna shift it to all-wheel drive. And let's head down to the lower lot. Snow in the vehicle makes it a little tougher to see, but we'll be all right. We're not going far. These Blazers actually handle really good in the snow. If you saw, if you follow me on Instagram at Dave B Sell Chevy, a couple weeks ago when we had the big storm and 20 inches of snow, I pulled them right out of spots. I mean, it was awesome. They were, you know, buried in snow. You start them up, you drive right out. All right, so here we are at the little yield here. Let's say we got a little crazy on the gas. Right now you can, I don't know if you can hear the wheels were spinning. So if you noticed, I hit the gas too hard, the wheels started spinning, right? And you can hear them spinning, and they were losing traction. And the vehicle was kind of, it was basically driving towards the left or pushing towards the left, but it was going where I was pushing the steering wheel. And that's really what this system does. It'll help control wheel spin, it'll apply brake pressure, it'll do certain things to help you gain control and stay straight. The other thing it'll do, like if I turn here too hard, you can see it basically slid a little bit. I don't know if you can hear the little pulsing of the brake, but it like, you'll slide, it'll pulse the brake, you'll slide, it'll pulse the brake. And it does that in a way that just gives you the control to head in the direction that you're pointing the steering wheel. Now, as I'm doing this, obviously don't try this in congested areas. You know, do this at your own risk and understand that you cannot defy the laws of physics. So, you know, if you do something too crazy and too abrupt, yes, the vehicle can lose control. But these systems are designed to really help, and they do a really good job. Probably the last one, this Tahoe RST that we just got in. This is a sold vehicle. We're just gonna move it to where we just were, where all the other cars are along the building wall. We're gonna move it there. Since it's sold, we're not gonna bring it down to the other lot. We're also gonna take it nice and easy as we drive around, as not to accidentally do something that we would regret. This is the front camera system in most of the new Chevrolets when you get to like the Premier level, where you have like 8 different views. And as you can see here, you can just drive forward by looking at the camera, and it will turn itself off at about 7 miles an hour. So right now we're doing 6. So if I speed up a little bit, there you go. It now turned off. It'd be cool if you could drive with it on all the time and you can select those different views, but I guess that would just be a distraction, and they don't want you to be distracted, you know, while you're driving down a highway at 60 miles an hour. What's up? Oh, yeah, I can't walk on ice these days. I did.
Maybe slip it on ice.
I'm trying to get on the phone with Chrysler Capital right now because I need to get a lease buyout for us, or lease payoff for a vehicle that we're going to try to get somebody out of a couple months early. I'm now 3.5 minutes into the call. Still trying to get through the automated system. You too, thank you. Bye. Okay, so it's a snow day, like you obviously know already, so we're just doing emails and phone calls and stuff like that, just trying to kind of, you know, put something together if we can. Now, I want to pose a question to you. Let's say we had a Jeep Grand Cherokee on the lot, right? And another Jeep store had a Jeep Grand Cherokee on the lot. Same equipment, same miles, you know, pretty much everything's identical, even the price. The price is the same. However, the one at the Chevy store has a bad Carfax with an accident reported. We really don't know what the details are of the accident, just that it has one. And the one at the Jeep store does not. Which one would you choose? The second question would be the Jeep at the Chevy store is not certified, right? The Jeep at the Jeep store is certified. So it's gonna probably have extra warranty and some extra benefits because it's at a Jeep store. Which one would you buy if they were the same price? Now what I would do is I would probably take the non-bad Carfax certified Jeep at the Jeep store if they were the same price. And it would take a pretty significant discount for me to buy the one at the Chevy store, knowing that I'm not getting the value I would get at the Jeep store. And I'm also buying a car with a history to it that we really don't know all the details, you know, any underlying type of damage. That's some of the stuff we go through. You know, when we're pricing a trade appraisal and we're trying to give you value for your car, we have to look at all these different aspects. It's not just as easy as hopping on Kelley Blue Book and getting a value. You got to look at what the competition's doing. You got to look at what's out there. Like for instance, this is an altitude package, and with our radius of 50 to 100 miles, there's like 340 of these in the market right now at dealerships. So there's a lot of them out there, you know, and the only way we can really sell one aggressively and competitively against what's out there, being non-certified and having a bad Carfax, is being less expensive, which means on a trade, you also, you know, you get less. I guess that's my story. It's a bad ending, bro.